Number 356. Greetings from the dank basement. I am Paul, your wicked Uncle Squinty, with the latest in the news from the front lines in the midst of Tobaccogeddon. In case you did not watch my last video posted yesterday called Say Goodbye to Nasal Snuff, let me catch you up to speed very quickly. European Union recently enacted regulations that control and limit the nasal snuff industry. Of all the things they felt they had to legislate, they had to mess with this little tiny niche of the tobacco world known as nasal snuff. So, as a reaction to that, Molens de Kraling's forced out of business by the Dutch government, so they will be in compliance with the European Union. Wilson's of Sharrow has eliminated 70 of their 96 varieties of snuff and have renamed the other 26. From here on out, you will be limited to packages no larger than 10 grams, which means if you like Sam Gawith snuffs, you'll have to buy those crappy plastic tap boxes, and your snuff will go stale in about 5 minutes. Let's see, what else is affected? Of course, artisan snuffs, because they will not be able to pay the hundreds of thousands of dollars required for the new testing requirement. They're going to go out of business, I'm afraid. I haven't had the honor of speaking with Johnny Scott or Nigel from Abraxas, or anybody else from the artisan snuff movement. But the fact is that it's going to hit the smaller companies much harder. And since nasal snuff is such a niche market, we can safely say that most manufacturers, maybe aside from Purcell, are small companies. They're not going to be able to afford to have every single product and size of that product. Each one requires a separate series of laboratory analyses that will run hundreds of thousands of dollars per product and per size. They're not going to be able to afford that. You know, so let me put it this way. It's now, as I'm recording this, about 1:30 Central Time on Thursday, the 17th of November, 2016. You have, in terms of U.S. time, essentially until, if you live in the Midwest, if you live in the Central Time Zone, you have until, what would it be? 7 o'clock tomorrow night, Friday, the 18th, into Saturday, the 19th, to place your online orders, get your snuff, get it set up, hook yourself up with your favorite snuffs. Wilson's has eliminated Grant Cairo, Strasbourg, Lemon Grove, and dozens of other of our favorite snuffs. Of course, there are always a few snuffs you go, I don't care, go away, who cares? But sadly, a lot of our favorite snuffs are just being taken offline. No more. You won't be able to get delicious SP100 anymore. Won't be able to get a lot of them. Blueberry, raspberry, anything with a sweetie deety, fruity dooty, choco-rific sort of flavor to it, minty-licious. The mint ones, menthol ones, all have to be renamed so the word menthol doesn't appear in the name. So honey menthol becomes be cool. Isn't that clever? They're so clever. And of course, with the limit of the 10-gram package sizes, there goes Freiburg and Trayer. I mean, yeah, you can get Freiburg and Trayer in those crappy little Wilson's 10-gram tins, but you're not going to be able to buy them in the 25 and 50-gram screw lid tins anymore. Very sad. You know what? The only thing that's going to make me feel even remotely better will be a pinch of snuff. How about you? Let's take one. I don't care what kind of snuff it is. I don't even care if it's Wilson's chili chocolate. But let's have a pinch. Grab your tin, and as Tony Snuff so often says, let's get to snuffing. You ready? Cheers. And may we all enjoy the snuffs we love for many years to come. Although it will be difficult, we will, as a snuff-taking community, persevere. Cheers. Oh, I am sniffing the delicious Elmo's Reserve from Sammy Gawith. Good old Sammy. Sammy Gawith. Couldn't you imagine some English guy out there? He's got a snuff tin in one hand, maybe a walking stick in the other, doing a little tap dance. I'm Sammy Gowith. I don't know. This is the place my mind goes. This is the place my mind goes when I don't know what to say or think, or I just go in these weird fantasies. Like I imagine, for instance, like having Sofia Vergara sit on my forehead. I know you've had that fantasy too, yes? Anyway, see, I'm all flustered, guys. I'm all mixed up and messed up and screwed up and I don't know. I'm really upset. I'm upset at the very idea I will not be able to buy 25-gram tins of my precious Freiburg and Trayer Old Paris. I'm really pissed off that I will no longer be able to buy Lemon Grove. Really? Come on. So, you can do what I just did. Hang on a second, I gotta blow. One moment, please. Excuse me, this is going to be rather grotesque. Snotter falls of happiness. I started to say what I did just now, and oh, is my wife going to be pissed. But I just dropped close to $450 on Snuff Store. Why? Because I encountered 65 different varieties of snuff that I have to make sure I have in my snuff stash. Now, maybe you won't be able to afford the $450 I just spent. But scrape some money together, check out your credit card balance and limit, do whatever you have to do, get your snuff sometime within the next, we'll say 26 hours, 27 hours from the posting of this video, if you can. If you can afford it, please buy all the stuffs that you love, because they're going to become either impossible to get, or if you can get them, they will be in limited quantities and limited variety. You may not be able to get your favorite nasal snuff. And if you love artisan snuffs, such as Abraxas, Sir Walter Scott's, Sternecker, I know I'm forgetting somebody, Rosinski. You know, this is the time. This is the time to buy. You don't have a lot of time to wait. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry to be the guy that's lighting a fire under your ass. It's not my job to be the cheerleader, promoter, whatever, fanboy of snuff. But I love nasal snuff, and I know you do too, or you wouldn't be watching this video. So this is the time, and invest if you can. If you can't, then let's talk about trades and swapping snuffs and sharing. I am perfectly willing to share all of the snuffs I have. You know, I've got plenty. I'll be happy to share. If you are in need of snuff in the coming months, coming years, I hope, God willing, I'll be here, and we can help each other out. We will all help each other out in the snuff-taking community. And believe it or not, it is a community. And I'm glad that I am part of that community. If I could, I would be elected the mayor of Snufftown. But because I love this community. I like a lot of people. I've got a lot of good friends who are snuff takers. And it's a wonderful group we've got here. Smart people, good people, people who do not deserve to have their little pleasures taken away from us. But that's what they've done. So buy, hoard, trade, do whatever you can. Let's keep this snuff thing alive as long as we can. I need another pinch. I need another pinch. I'm going to have one too. I love Elmo's Reserve. You guys like Samuel Gowith Elmo's Reserve? Tonquin, really good base tobacco. Lovely, gentle blend, but plenty of nicotine. Really pleasant back drip. Little tiny bit of road tar and smoke. A lot of Tonquin. It's beautiful. Elmo's Reserve from Sam Gowith. Cheers. From the dank basement, wishing you good health, good snuffing. And again, we can panic, but as I said, Toke will continue to ship to North America, at least for the foreseeable future, while Wilson's has grotesquely reduced their product line. You will still, for at least the next day or so, be able to get the Wilsons you want. Artisan snuffs, buy them while you can. Stay calm, store your snuff properly. Don't open tins until you're ready to use them. They'll last for years. You'll be okay. We'll be okay. I feel a little more calm today about all of this than I did yesterday. Yesterday I was about ready to explode. I just got the news yesterday. They kind of, as governments so often do, they sort of sneaked in the new regulations. There wasn't a lot of public comment or anything like that. So, and of course the regulations, as in all other bureaucracies, regulations have the same force of law. You can go to prison, for violating a regulation just as easily as you can a law. And so, we're not going to be messing around with smuggling snuff or anything like that. And we will obey the law, but just get your snuff now, guys, please. Do it while you can. You might not be able to spend the $450 I just dropped, but I hope you can get your favorite snuffs and do it within about the next 26 to 28 hours, depending on when you see this video. The deadline, Eastern Time, tomorrow, will be 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when all the regulations take effect. That's when you will not be able to buy, even if they have them in stock, 25-gram tins, 50-gram tins, 100, 500-gram tubs. So you've only got a short amount of time to get the snuffs you love, and I hope you can. But again, if you can't, let's do some trading. From the Dank Basement, I'm your buddy. I am your buddy, and I appreciate the subscriptions, the likes, the shares, the thumbs up, the comments. I love it all. You guys give me something to do with my free time, and more importantly, I enjoy this community and this hobby. God bless you. From the Dank Basement, I'm Paul, and I do thank you. Hey, please comment.